Boom, 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 boom. Crusher X Revinator after Mother Haters. And it's about 4:33 a.m. It's a Friday, South African time. I don't know what's going on with you. What's up? Ooh. Okay, first of all, RIP to my dad. Yeah, my dad passed away apparently, and it's been a very tough situation. You know, my dad passing away. It's been a very tough situation, and and I've been really trying to cope with it. You know, my dad passing away uh, due to cancer. So my dad, yeah, I just got word. I just got word that my dad is like, he's no longer with us, and and I just reached half a thousand subscribers, and like it's crazy, dog. That when half a thousand subs is just the tip of the iceberg, basically. Yeah, well, because there comes stacking the hours, and apparently stacking the hours is very crucial as per YouTube specifications. And yeah, I mean, I'm not popular with some of you, with most of you, but probably all of you, but I have tried what I've tried with the couple of hours that I keep on accumulating. So it means that even if I'm unable to meet up to the requirement and be on that pinnacle, as expected, I at least am able to bring about enough to at least push and say, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm trying to do is not entirely for nothing. The algorithm, of course, being able to nudge me in the right direction. So, RIP to my dad. Um, I hope that I just continue doing what I do and and talking about what I talk about, talking about daily life, working towards finding solutions via these little streams that are meaningless that I do, via the talks that come to mind, via the subject matters that are touched here. So if you're wondering about what it is that I'm really truly talking about, do me a favor, go on over to other videos, go on over to the shorts. Uh, I have some of the links to the prominent streams that I've done, uh, pasted under the description below of the shorts. Uh, some of the AI shorts that I've been dabbling in as of late. Uh, on a couple of hours, couple of hundreds of hours, uh, by the will of the ancestors of the Mkabelas, of the Dlombos. I hope that I have it in me to stack the hours as much as possible, because I realized something, that I realized that I always have to be in a position to do a stream, because this channel, I'm not as out there, the analytics, you know, speak, a whole story in one. And I'm not quite there. So I just have to work on stacking the hours. Half a thousand subscribers, man. You know what I'm saying? 500 subscribers. Tip of the iceberg. That's what I want to say. Uh, it's a matter of patience from here. It's a matter of just striving to do what I do and be who I am, you know, instead of just being a part of the whole wishy-washy scene, that's on this social media thing. Because the scene that's on here is just wishy-washy. It's just simply other people baiting other people in order for certain individuals to make profit at the end of the day. That's what it is. That's what I feel it is, you know, because you have certain people talking about, if you use a certain type of what you call this, if you use a certain type of sound that they say you have to use, of which that right there is a trick. It's probably the oldest trick in the book. uh if you convince certain people of something, or if you are in the position to want to convince people of something, uh they probably gonna be baited, obviously, you know like, for instance, if you are a content creator, a small content creator, and if you want to get popular, use the sound. You see, like, as if, rising on this platform is just that, using some sound in order to be popular. It's like, what I'm saying, probably like the oldest trick in the book, convincing people of certain things that are sort of illogical, because it sort of doesn't make sense that if I use a certain sound, that will guarantee my success, my virility, or whatever. Nah, 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 nah. As a small creator, honestly speaking, what I believe is being a small creator. As being a small creator, it's all about the time and the dedication that you put into a love for something, a love for something that you have, a love for something that you've been working maybe to refine yourself in. It's not about uh doing what everyone does. It's a virility and true success on any platform, for that matter. It's not, okay, one thing is for sure. You could be in the position to use maybe a particular stage or remix or whatever, right? And then maybe get success. But that little amount of success won't guarantee if you are going to be like successful, you understand? So that's why I don't fall for it. I don't fall for the antics, for the traps, because in a way it's an indirect trap. you know Use this sound in order to guarantee virility, blah 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 blah. and you check that time, that person's channel is like successful. I guess it's successful because it manages to convince people of things again and again and again and again and again and again. Things that are basically not even existent, things that are basically illogical. You know, like I believe that certain channels on this platform really just don't deserve leeway because I don't know, bro. Like on this platform, there's often a talk about a channel bringing value. Well, some channels they use AI, I guess, and they don't even add value at all. There's no value that they add. There's no value. At the end of the day, it's just some slob. That's what it is, just slob. You see, some of the AI shots that I have out, they're probably whack as hell because I don't know, bro. I guess to a degree, you're able to do certain things that you won't be able to do on on the other side, of the coin. You may be able to get certain things done, but whereas on the other side of the coin, it's different. So it's not always you guaranteeing yourself success because the other people that are doing this, they're doing that because it's like meaning it means that you gotta do that because they doing that, and it's unnecessary. I don't think that it's necessary for you to go about it that way. You know, yeah, they doing this, they doing that, so meaning that I gotta do this, I gotta do that, or blah blah blah. Like you don't have to go about it that way. You really just don't. Yeah, well, yeah. So success is not just guaranteed by the fact that people are baiting you in, making you believe that if you use a certain you're gonna be viral. That's just in a way that's really non-existent. In a way, that's a form of coercion. Because obviously there are gonna be people who watch your video that you posted mentioning that factor alone. That yeah, you're gonna be viral, blah 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 blah. Like with that one stitcher, like some other people are really gonna go into a frenzy and end up concluding that success on this platform is indeed guaranteed by that stitch alone of that sound, and of which is a non-reality at the end of the day. If you want to be logical about it, like really go about it in a way of common sense, it's just illogical. It's really, really illogical. Abo, it's really illogical. Akuvakali into endifuna ukuthi ikhuluba le. Some other things that certain people really just want to highlight, I feel like are useless. That's how I really feel. Like use this sound and you'll be viral. Ugh, Jesus dog. Like what are certain channels really doing here, dog? I don't understand that. I really have a problem with that. A huge problem with that. Like I guess the only advantage I guess that certain channels are the fact that they they have sponsorships. They're able to just bot everything, bot, and then after botting, they mix it up and release it here. Body shape, yo. Crush your X every day. The afterbody haters, rappers, somebody content creator. Anyways, if I happen to freestyle here, I guess that is not that too serious. Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. Targeting key regions be what I be living for. In any ways, I don't even need to be comparing myself to the other person, the other family. what they having is never gonna be something that is distinctive and very much corresponding to my distinct genetic composition. That's how I feel about it. As I'm doing this dream, it's probably not easy reaching anywhere, meaning that my timing is a bit off, but it's okay, cause I'm just gonna be jamming to these while I bob my head to what I'm saying and that sort of capability that I'm exhibiting when it comes to this rapping thing. Certain motherfuckers just hating for no reason when they come in, chiming in, talking about what I'm doing and how about about how I'm professional. I be sort of sounding. I be like the infamous Harry Mack up in this thing, and I don't even want to pretend like I'm giving cause I keep on going and acting so Frenchy. I don't even wanna be listening to any of the deception that's coming in from all sides, cause that's all deception. At the end of the day, that's what it's all entailing. Okay. Marco. Okay.
Hey yo, hi again.
Okay. Alright. Okay, succeed mfethu. Okay, fine. Ngitshele kwekuthi to buyela ngiyolala. Yeah, ngagcina sengicabanga and I ended up thinking realizing ukuthi I just had to go yeah, lapha esipanini meaning that kumele ngimangene namuhla ekuseni mangifika just showed her that I'm really dedicated lapha esipanini looking after them kids. Yeah, I work at a school. That other guy yesterday tried telling me about his lousy dog, aiming to be sabotaging the work that I put in. La pay fielding. Yeah, I be picking up paper and shit. Yeah, I be hustling and doing my job so nicely. Yeah, so much that the people la pay community need. Hey, they be jealous of a nigga coming up, doing that refuse job. They be thinking in their heads, is he really gonna be coming from somewhere else and taking that job opportunity that is supposed to be intended for us? Yeah, and then I get to thinking, dang, shall I got Bogweni? Either way, it's not like I'm foreign. I'm from where I really am. I did a stream yesterday while I was coming from work, and I just showcased a little bit how cleanly the field is looking. If you want, I can show you proof when I'm done working. Afterwards, if you like South Africa, shout out to you watching. Yeah, my name is Crusher Rex, Lemonida. After mother haters, the only alligator. I'm finna go spin. That's the technique that I be using up on these suckers when they come closer to the waters that I'm lurking in. Nyababu isis, blessing, cabanga sis, wekuti, doyenda ganjan, wekuti, gwinesen nyama lamlonyeni, wami, gwinesen shafuna gamnanzi, yeah, pressure Rex, Revinator, gonna be doing the spinning technique on these suckers who be daring to be coming closer to these waters that I'm lurking in. Marco. Pressure Rex Revinator after mother haters. The only alligator. One of the best ever. That's what I want to think. Let's go. Yo. Damn. Yo, man, just lost my dad. Got word that he passed away. You know, happened yesterday. But I'm just trying what I'm trying. Either way, trying to stack these hours however way I can. Let me reintroduce myself. I'm the guy who came on YouTube saying that he the best of all time. And I really meant it when I said it the first time. Using my sloppy-ish phone to be streaming. This the one that I'm using to be lighting myself up. You ain't even wanna hear me. You don't wanna give me a chance, cause you so used to people who be coming on this social media thing, influencing y'all, telling your bullshit instead of being straight to the point and assertive about what the wrong things is. Like Boaz Watson. Shout out to that tattooed, cock looking sucker guy who be going on this YouTube thing, social media thing, always telling people about a lifestyle that certain people aren't even supposed to be chasing. What a shame. Yeah, man. When I be interpreting what this social media thing done unfolded to, it's really quite superfluous when it comes to how the algorithm be interpreting certain things as suitable for the enrichment of people. When no such cheating, not such cheating is really existing. Yeah, it really boggles me, pauses me. Having a whole lot of people making it on this social media scene simply because they got connection, not because they got the talent to be really representing, or really substantiating, on certain remarks that they be making, rendering these suckers a bunch of jokers. They just two-faced. That's what I'm concerned of. Well, I'm the Dark Knight who came to take it over. Yeah, and I'm very much gonna be dominating up on this thing. Fuck it. Anyways, what's the time? 4:55. Okay. Let me give this speaker a little charge. What's up? What it does, what it does, what it does. Real audiences are like, fake audiences are like. What it does though, what it do. Crush your Rex every day after what the haters. If this kind of content to you is not that personal, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you hit that like button. Going over to the other live streams that I have out. Yeah. Coming at you live from South Africa. Coming at you live from the difficult part of South Africa. Gapogwaini 1205. City of Bobella. City of Bobella. Came on here doing these streams, came on here rapping, came on here not hesitate. And it's either you like people that are not hesitant or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Not even to say people that are hesitant in the sense that you have to be Wes Watson, and get angry over the fact that a woman went and watched a basketball game. And when she comes back, umubhonye umushaya 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 mntwana bantu qeda lapho umtshele ukuthi utamjuwa lamavili njengawes Watson, that tatted up pervert guy. Yeah, I just hope that YouTube censors this either way, because not for kids anyways. I do exclaim each and every time, I come on the streams. So Wes Watson, that guy, that white guy who's tatted up and has a history of, abusing steroids. He beat up his girlfriend that he probably paid for to even stage and make it look like he's marrying her or proposing to her, I mean. So yeah, you know what I mean. I don't know, dog. I don't know, dog. I'm just touching on certain things, and even me, not even as a creator, but as a I don't know, dog. As a fan, I guess I'd say that Wes Watson, some of the things that he says are very much true. Some of the things that he says have plausibility behind them. Some of the things that he says stick, but there are certain aspects and certain parts of Wes Watson that are very, very, very unbearable, dog. Energy, insufferable. When they say that a person is insufferable, they're just traits in Wes that are insufferable. Oh, So let me just look up that word, I guess, insufferable, what it means. So, Crusher Rex, the underground rapper who wants to assert himself as the best ever, blah, 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 talking about Wes Watson, who's popular, whereas he's not. So, insufferable, too extreme to bear. You understand? So, this is what Wes Watson is. Wes Watson. Nothing will be YouTube. The YouTube doesn't do the inverse thing. I don't know what to refer to that as that. But then yeah. So if you can see, but then from there, insufferable. Too extreme, too extreme, too bad. Too too angit. Too angit extreme, too bad. Yakubona. So so bantu labanjengabo Wes Watson, bo Clavicula, yabo, people who are infamous for beating up the elderly or beating up I don't know, people that are just older than the guy, dog. Just imagine slapping a old granny out of nowhere. You know, you are like a 17, 18-year-old man within that time, and you're slapping up older people and in a club that you got into illegally. So it's really ironic that social media, in retrospect, has turned into the charade that it's turned into. All in all, when I look at the certain things that are happening, uh, like that guy, that bodybuilder guy, I wouldn't want to mess with the bodybuilders, right? That's usually the the consensus, because they are usually bigger, stronger, and whatever, and in most cases faster. But Larry Wheels, he has his own issues as well. That guy. Uh, of course, me personally, I don't know about you guys. I don't really like how he went off that grandpa guy, that old guy. Uh, I don't know, like not even to say because that guy is old or is a grandpa, but to say, I mean, dude, like if maybe for example I'm asking you a question about something, I mean, it should be a matter of you wanna answer it back or not. It shouldn't be a matter of you extending, the statement unnecessarily. It shouldn't, because I guess Gucci, the leverage that Larry had is that that guy is old. He's an old guy. But if it was a guy of his same sort of youthful standing, it would have been another issue. Because, dude, I'm just asking a question. Well, I'm just making a statement. In reply to that statement or in reply to that question, you should at least be civil enough to actually exhibit the fact that you're not interested, and you should just show that you're not interested. You shouldn't go towards points of trying to sort of demean me in a way, because that's what Larry did. He actually demeaned that old guy on that kick stream of his, you know. So hey, yeah, dog. I guess that it also happens on YouTube. Sort of like these insignificant creators being allowed leeway. I don't know. Maybe they deserve it because they always just pay for everything, bought everything up. I don't know. Well, I don't know, but I guess that it also happens on YouTube, whereby you have these slop creators, I guess, even having leeway, a whole lot of leeway. Uh, but when it comes to YouTube, I want to think that YouTube, uh, succeeds a little bit when it comes to actually preventing such things from prevailing. Having these slop ass content creators existing. I mean, I do actually admit one thing. I have my moments of slop myself, but I even try to be as insightful as possible, even in the AI videos that I create, or even in the AI videos that I try creating, uh, I try being as insightful as possible. I don't just do things because it's AI and it's for the sake of AI. See, even if it's AI, artificial intelligence, I don't think is just a tool. Humans created it, so it's a tool. Anything that humans create is a tool, nothing more, nothing less. That's why sometimes, in most instances, humans don't even need AI, and it's not even a flex or something. In some instances, humans just don't need AI because that's just how it is. Humans don't need freaking AI in some cases. So AI is just a tool. Me, for example, on this channel, I've just been utilizing AI as a tool. And in utilizing AI as a tool, I'd want to think that in certain instances of the AI videos that I've released, I've conveyed a story. I've conveyed a story, I've, yeah, I've done more than just touch base via these AI shots, I guess, that I tend to release, AI shots that I tend to create from time to time. But with that being said, no, I think that I have to go and prepare for work now because in no time I'm gonna have to enter my shift there. There's a certain guy who was really rude, you know. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't get why it has to be so rude because first of all, it, it's sort of an offense to have a dog and let your dog go haywire. You know what I'm saying? Pissing and shitting all over people's yards like that is sort of like an offense. And if I actually really want to, I can actually bring the authorities' attention to the fact that there's a whole lot of neglect when it comes to the side, when it comes to keeping pets and stuff, right? But because I believe in keeping the sovereignty of us, the local people in the township, I don't want to do that. But that guy, he's gonna force my hand, and I'm gonna involve the authorities when it comes to everyone's dogs that side, because it's not only just his dog. A whole lot of dogs are haywire that side, causing havoc, just being an unnecessary element where you know what I'm saying, like a dog being where it's not supposed to be, for example, because that shit does actually exist in the modern world that we live in. It actually does exist. So that guy, watch the stream. You're gonna actually understand what I'm talking about. So there's a guy when I knocked off work. There's a dog, right? I think that he owns this dog or knows it. I don't know, or maybe it's his friend. So they're friends with it. I don't know, to a degree. So he was like, "Stay away from the dog!" Like he was gonna fist me up over a dog that roams around, probably eats crab, probably rabid to a degree, a dog that goes around sniffing crab recurrently, a dog that's gonna just mess up my yard, you know what I'm saying? Because I clean hard, la part, dog, I work hard at the school. I work at a school, right? And I'm not like really like full time. Yeah. But I'm actually sort of working towards that. So I'm working at that school. Uh, and then people's dogs go haywire apart now, don't they just go haywire, uh eating rotten things, nani, probably rabid dogs, nasty ass dogs around the school environment that I work at. Now he was disrespectful, that guy, dog. He was very disrespectful for actually going off at me at my work environment. Hey, listen, dog, I don't give a damn if I stoned the dog. That's my consensus. Okay, some sort of animal abuse, whatever. But I didn't even stone the dog. The only thing that I did was tell the dog to get away from the property, to get away from the territory. That's what I was commanding the dog. And then the dog just sat there, lying down, looking at me suspiciously, like I'm suspicious, when it's the one that's suspicious in my territory. I clean that territory. Of course, I'm gonna tell that dog to futzek, to get the fuck out of that territory that I work in. You see that these are the problems that we face in South Africa. People wanna have dogs. They don't wanna tame their dogs. They don't wanna make sure that their dogs are in restrictive areas or whatever. I don't know, nigga, because that is very crucial. Okay, to make sure that your dog is in a restricted area, an area where your dog won't ravage or cause a mess for other people. Okay, so that's the sort of haywire state of mind that we're dealing with in South Africa. Okay, I don't want people telling me about freedom, liberation, all this other junk when people don't even know what freedom and liberation, the responsibilities of freedom and liberation. Don't tell me about this irresponsible behavior when it comes to these people in South Africa that we're living with. Come on, dog. Ngiyasebenza lapha, I work lapha, ngiyasebenza, I work there, I clean that place. I work hard to clean that place. Ngimuka tandla tami tifutha, and then dogs gotta come there and do all kinds of stuff. Take a shit all around the yard there. Next thing you know, I'm working. Batla, I step on poo. Just imagine that, dog. I step on poo, fresh poo from that dog. Because just because that guy was like, the dog, the dog. Aye, aye, mm-mm. You see, I'm EFF. I want to say something, reiterate something. I'm EFF. But there are certain things, man, that are nonsense, man. There are certain things that are nonsense, man, from our black people. There are certain things, there are certain behaviors that are nonsense. I won't tolerate that bullcrap from our people wanting to manipulate. Our people are manipulators. You see, there's often this rhetoric, even in the EFF, that yeah, the white people, the white people, the white people. Even we, our own kind, are oppressive towards one another, dog. Nyakjed, or dog, come on, bro. You can't tell me that the yard that I work hard to clean, your dog comes there. Obviously, your dog is gonna probably shit there, defecate there. Nah. I have to allow your dog to defecate there so that when I work, your dog, I have to step on your dog's feces, basically. So that's not okay, dog. That's not okay. If you wanna get a dog, tame your dog. Pay attention to your dog. Make sure that you are guarding your dog so that your dog doesn't cause damage and ravage the property of others, okay, or the workspaces of others. I have a problem with that. So in South Africa, apparently, it's not a problem to just let your dog roam around, get into workplaces, spread around these viruses that, of course, we don't see. It's not a problem. It's not a problem in South Africa, in the townships of South Africa. That's how. That's how unclean it is in the townships of South Africa. And me, I'm tired of that bull crap. I'm tired of it. I'm honestly really tired of it. If that guy today wants to fight me up over me and my workplace, I'm gonna have him on stream. I'm gonna have him on stream, and he's gonna have to explain himself on stream what the hell he actually means. What he actually means, because I'm gonna do screenshots when it comes to South African dog law. You see, because I guess we'll see the disadvantage of many municipalities is that there's a whole lot of neglect when it comes to a whole bunch of key areas. When it comes to local municipalities, there's a neglect when it comes to a bunch of key areas, a whole plethora of key areas. But I guess that it won't matter because I'm just some sick ass loser ass streamer, right? That's just blurting a bunch of stuff. But inconsistencies when it comes to the laws of South Africa are there. Apparently they exist, and it's really sad. Abo, abo, abo. Mm. Who? Know it all. Know it all. Know it all. Know it all. You see, people who pretend to know it all, they get sidelined. People who pretend to know it all. Uh, okay, guys, drink score before sleeping. Drink score before sleeping. Yabo. Njengerazo. Sitocabana mna. Sitocabana mna. Such an unhealthy thing. Why? Okay, why do you say drink score? That's thank you anyways, dog. Thank you, mngani. Thank you, mngani. Razo. Mnomzala Razo. Angiyabonga, dog. Thank you, dog. Thank you for the words of so yeah, dog. My dad passed away. My dad passed away. Uh, Shout out to the individual from Czech Republic. Okay, that's unique. What's Czech Republic? Yeah, I no, dog. My dad passed. It's a matter of me reaching the destination in order, availing myself. Uh, the relationship between me and my dad was quite a complicated one. But not to say that I owe it to myself or I owe it to him, but I just have to avail myself. And it's probably probably gonna just recap everything on the stream, what happens and blah blah and what, and if I don't know, bro, they're gonna have to tell me if it's a problem, streaming the whole thing. I don't know, bro. They're gonna have to tell me. But if they tell me, hey, yeah, dog, it's a problem, that's to be personal. I won't do anything about that. But probably maybe bits and pieces maybe of the stream where maybe I show, the funeral type shit. But then most, I guess, family things actually I won't show because apparently uh, the family is sort of private and conserved. So yeah, pretty much, pretty much. Uh, Ngatongena ngitokhuluma bo-cringe la. Labanye bangena ngitokhuluma bo-cringe la. Someone come here and talk about cringe. I'm probably more handsome than your boyfriend. If you have a boyfriend, whatsoever female that is watching, yabo, I am probably more handsome than your boyfriend. So if you wanna say overcomplicate things, you are in denial because I'm the best, I'm the best D that there is on the market right now. I'm single. I'm just saying, though. I just thought that I should pass that through. You know, my voice is very much delightful, since a whole lot of people been telling me that. Those have been the comments. And those have been the comments. Those have been the comments. Previous streams, current streams, that's still the comment. That's still the comment. Oh my gosh, your voice. Even on Bigo Live. Oh my gosh, your voice. You know, so the voice is actually a thing for real. My voice is actually a thing for real. And what anyone ever said about it, it doesn't cut it. I don't be getting up on shit just to be like trying to like keep up with certain things. Oh, ish. Yo, my apologies. I guess that most of us make mistakes, eh? No, but nah. Even if it is a mistake, I'd want to think that it's a constructive one because I'm sort of not popular. So since I'm sort of not popular, I have to be in the position, to defend against possible threats to the channel and what I'm trying to create overall. So I find myself having to take action, and I do actually, in terms of actually determining who has to stay and who has to not be here. That's why I guess I sort of make the job more easier, even for the guys who probably just remotely are in charge of certain things on the channel. I sort of make everyone's job easier. So I guess with now the goal is just stacking up the hours. Anyways, with that being said, I just have to prepare for work now and see where the day takes me. It's already 20 minutes past 5. So anyways, onke umuntu losebenzayo right now in South Africa, everyone who's going to go to work in South Africa right now, I just hope that you have a good one. Well, the guy who wants to bother me because of a dog that he refuses to tame, or a dog that he refuses to watch, you know, or police, uh, if he wants to fight me up, I'm just gonna have to record him, go live, and actually just embarrass him in front of the audience, in front of probably South African people. Just embarrassing, South African people that actually care about law in South Africa. Embarrassed because that, I guess we see in South Africa there's a mixture. You know, there are people that actually care about law, and then there are people that utterly just don't care about law. But then I equally believe that when it comes to the current leadership of South Africa, there isn't enough enforcement, and maybe it may be debated that harm on our people, what, but enforcement, I'd want to think to a degree is important, but when it comes to the South African police service, you don't have enforcement to a degree prevailing, and it's very questionable. Yeah, well, so, but either way, done born. I mean, if you're new to this channel, and this content is not that personal to you, hit that like button. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Click that notification bell in order to boost the algorithm. I'm gonna see you when I'm gonna see you.